good kite and it won't fly. Can you make it go up for me?
Well, that's because you were holding it too close. You have to give it more string so it can get up higher.
Well, will you help me? I can't do it.
Okay, if you'll take my turn doing the dishes.
I hate to do dishes.
Okay, then the deal's off.
Okay, I'll do your dishes.
Okay, hold my kite, and don't let loose of the string if you know what's good for you.
Has finally come. A baby bird learning how to fly can't leave the nest for long. It's not that strong. Suddenly you think you're all grown up, and teenage ambition starts to show. And all at once your family disappears, you've put them all behind. Life is your own. Nests and wings and kites and strings are how we learn and grow. Nests full of security and wings to let them go. And wings and kites and strings you teach a child each day. Their kite can soar to greater heights with string to guide the way.
I got it up for her. She couldn't do it by herself. Then you know what she did, Mom? You know that little girl named Andrea? Well, Carol let her hold my kite and she let go of the string. And I had to chase it for 2 million miles, way out in a guy's field. And it was smashed and dirty when I got there. And just for that, you have to do my dishes for a whole month.
Oh, yeah?
That's enough, kids.
Mom, guess what? My driving permit. Yay, I finally got it.
Oh, no. I'd hoped this day would never come.
Now I can go anywhere I want, whenever I want, with anyone I want, and nobody can stop me.
Ha! That'll be the day.
Man, I'm so excited I can barely handle it. That's 2 good things that happened today.
Oh? And what's the other one?
Well, you know Jason, the new senior class president? Well, he stopped me in Spirit Hall today, and he said, Lisa, I heard you had a birthday. And I said, yeah, how'd you know? And he said, well, you know, I just heard around. And then he said, you're 16, huh? And I said, uh-huh. And he said, so if I were to ask you out for a date, would your father agree, or would he want to shoot me?
Sounds like your father.
So, I have a date for Saturday at 7 with Jason, Mike, Gillette, Todd, Mary, Burke, Elaine, and everybody else in the world. And it's at Kenny's, and he's bringing a video. And it's not a bad video, but it's not a Walt Disney either.
Well, young lady, I couldn't help overhearing the bad news.
What do you mean, bad news?
Well, you know, the driver's license and Jason asking for your hand in marriage and all that.
Dad, it isn't funny, and I'll be lucky to have any boy call me ever, and especially with you around to give him a priesthood interview as soon as he walks in the door. By the way, are there any new restrictions on dating that I may have overlooked?
Yes, as a matter of fact, you're only allowed to date boys whose parents are rich, so that they can take care of you in the style to which you've become accustomed. To begin with, this will cost us at least $1,000 just in postage.
$1,000 for what?
To mail out letters to everyone in the whole town saying, "Warning, Lisa now has a driver's permit. Stay off the road if you value your life."
Come on, let's go.
Where to?
For a quick ride to test your driving skills. And I pray my time hasn't come yet. Here's the keys. And climb in the van.
Wait a minute. If you think I'm driving that brown bomb instead of the car, you're crazy.
My dear, don't speak of the family vehicle like that. It might hear you, and its feelings would be hurt. And it might quit running. And then what would we do?
Dad, this brown bomb is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life.
As ugly as that boy who phoned you yesterday?
I hate this van. I hate this van. I hate this van.
When I was a young man, we didn't have fancy cars, and no kid ever had his own car, except for the Higgins kid. He was a spoiled brat. A criminal's what he was.
You didn't even have television, did you, Dad?
Nope.
And no indoor plumbing either?
No. How'd you know?
'Cause I've heard this story before.
Did I tell you the story about when I was a little boy up in Idaho in the winter of '48? When the snow was so high that you could walk along the snowbanks and hit the telephone wires with a stick. And I had to walk to school barefoot in the snow for 5 miles in a 70-mile-an-hour blizzard.
Well, this story gets better each time I hear it. I guess I could hear it again.
Well, in the middle of the night, the roof flew off the house, and the pipes were all frozen. And we only had one blanket between us.
You're both home alive, I see. The phone has been ringing off the hook.
For me?
Who else? Does every boy in the world have your phone number?
Hello?
Hello, sweetheart. Will you marry me?
Yes, I will, my love, if your dad is rich.
Get out of here before I break both of your necks.
Lisa, it's for you.
Don't scream into the phone. Do you want everyone to think we're animals? Here, give me that.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Hello? Oh, hi, Gillette. Mom, I'll need the car Monday for the stump. Mom, I'll need to leave 2 hours early for Madre's singing practice so I can pick up Janae and Allison and all those guys, okay?
It's the door. I'll get it.
No, I'll get it.
It's probably Lisa's date. Both of you kids get downstairs real fast.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Stewart. I hope you like flowers, 'cause it cost me $7. Is your good-looking daughter home?
Are you in love with Lisa? Are you gonna marry her or something?
Young lady, where are your manners?
Lisa, it's that boy with the pink hairdo. Should I let him in or should I stick the dog on him? He's kind of cute, though.
Hello? Nope, she's not. I don't know, with her friends, I guess. Yeah, she lives here, but she's never home, if you know what I mean. She just kind of shows up for meals and when she needs money. Okay, bye.
Lisa, it's that boy you don't like. What should I tell him? Could you call back another time? I don't think so for a while. Maybe next year? Hello? Hello?
I'm sorry, Bishop. She's gone again. Oh, I'm sorry. She didn't make her interview? Well, that makes twice now, doesn't it? I wish I knew. I'm only her father. I'll leave her a message.
Hi, everybody. I'm home. Is there anything to eat? And did any of my fans call while I was gone?
Your messages are on the kitchen wall, Your Highness.
Oh, my heck.
The first 15 are from boys. The next 11 are from girls. The others are various notes of things you either need to do or forgot to do, such as... You've missed 2 bishops' interviews. The seminary phoned, wants to know why you haven't registered for next year. You've missed 3 family home evenings, several family prayers. You're never here when the housework needs doing, and the list goes on and on.
Well, I'm sorry. I've only got a million things to do, and I just can't do everything. I'd like to see you do any better.
I was just reading in my journal from a year ago. Listen to this. Well, I got the house all clean, the bills all paid, my church work caught up, and the house is quiet and everyone's in bed. I think things will run smoother now. Big joke. Honey, what do you think is one of the biggest challenges of the world we live in today?
You mean other than violence, pornography, immorality, divorce, war, and murder?
Well, I guess I mean, what is the cause behind those problems?
Selfishness?
Well, I'll buy that, but I'm thinking of something else.
What do you mean?
Well, look at our family, for example. For the past, I don't know how long, we've been running our heads off. The phone's always ringing during mealtime, prayer time, you name it.
And no one can ever get a word in edgewise without being interrupted by some dope on TV talking his head off or a bunch of nerve-jangling noise coming from the stereo.
I think it's time that we got organized and put first things first around here. And that means Lisa. I think I'll go downstairs and talk with her right now. Be back in a while, okay? Lisa, honey, mind if I come in for a moment?
Sure, if you'll help me with my algebra and my term paper and... Mother, I think I'm going to go crazy if there's one more thing I have to do. Half the time I feel like crying.
Sweetheart, I've been working on lecture number 193. Is it okay if I deliver it now?
What do you mean?
Lisa, you remind me of a young bird trying out its wings. You're flying everywhere, trying to be all things to all people. And that's impossible. Have you ever noticed that most birds spend more time in a nest or on a branch, looking, listening, and pondering than they do flying? Honey, I think there's a lesson there somewhere.
What do you mean?
Well, I believe your family and church involvement are suffering. Why, just today your little sister Kara said, "How come Lisa never plays with us anymore? She's always gone somewhere." And how do you think your father and I feel about your wanting to drop seminary next year?
Mom, I need all my credits.
My dear daughter, your father and I love you immensely, and if it takes you 50 years to finish high school, we want you in seminary every single year. Remember when you were a little girl and would fly your kite high up in the sky? Remember how fun it was to let the string out as far as you could and it would go higher and higher? And then, if you let go of the string, what happens?
It crashes, I guess.
Just like you'd crash if your father and I don't start pulling in your kite. And that's just what we're going to do. My dear, I'm pulling in your kite for a while. No job, no car, no money, no nothing. And with all your newly acquired spare time, I want you to do dishes, scrub floors, and do yard work, just like Cinderella.
Mother! But, Mom, what about everything I've got planned for Friday? You can't just cancel it like that. I'll be the joke of the whole school. It's just not fair.
I know, honey, life isn't fair. Sometimes I think I'm the only mother in the world who has a brain and who makes her kids obey. I promise you, though, that just as soon as you start carrying your weight around home and putting first things first, I'll let your kite out again, okay? And I'll tell you something from my own experience. If you'll set priorities in your life, set them according to the Lord's will instead of your own, there'll be times when you'll feel the presence of angels and you'll sense their approval of what you're doing.
Time to dream and it's time to run. You think your independence has finally come. A baby bird learning how to fly can't leave the nest for long. It's not that strong. Suddenly you think you're all grown up. Teenage ambition starts to show, and all at once your family disappears. You've put them all behind. Life is your own. Nests and wings and kites and strings are how we learn and grow. Nest for love, security, and wings to let them go. Nests and wings and kites and strings, you teach a child each day. Their kite can soar to greater heights with strings